is sort of today's theme is rooted in just personal experience. This is usually how this stuff goes for me. And revolves around saying yes when we actually mean no. And I had a great coaching session with a client, and we both realized that this is a pretty common thing. The example that came up was, being invited to a work colleague's baby shower on a Sunday, and there's this impulse to say yes. Of course, I want to be there. I want to be, you know, part of this. When in reality, there was a reluctance because it was like, well, Sunday is my day off. This is when I kind of recover. I'm an introvert. I need to, you know, sort of prioritize my own time off and well-being. And yet there's this strange, very understandable pull to commit to something that isn't really 100% congruent with what I want to do. So why do we say yes when we mean no? I think there's a continuum. On the far left end is just basic fear. Like, if I don't say yes to this, and if I don't acquiesce and do what's being asked of me, I'll be rejected, I'll be judged. And I think this is a really primal impulse. We are genetically designed to be a part of a group, and anything that threatens that is really terrifying for us on a real biological level. And so fear oftentimes leads us to say, like, yeah, oh, okay, yeah, I'll be there. I should do that. Why? Because if I don't, terrible things will happen. And then on the other end of the continuum, I think, is just something more benevolent, which is, yeah, I love saying yes because I want to be helpful. I like the idea of being able to say, sure, if that's important to you, or if it would be, good for me to help you take the garbage cans out, on at a time that's not like convenient for me. Of course, yeah, I want to help my neighbor. I want to do something good. Right. So there's sort of this continuum, and there's everything in between. Um, and then related to that is this sense of conflict avoidance. I like being seen as good and agreeable versus bad and somehow selfish or self-absorbed. So I should say yes because in their eyes, or in other people's eyes, I am, yeah, I'm a team player. I'm good. I'm someone that wants to be on the inside, rather than, oh, there's Oli again doing him, and sort of being exclusive, or not wanting to participate. I think it's extra difficult for those of us that are introverts to find this balance. And so I thought today, let's spend some time just exploring or pondering situations in which we say yes when we actually would prefer to say no, and just see what's motivating or driving that. So go ahead, close your eyes. Notice the the ground beneath your feet. Notice your feet in contact with the ground. Body breathing. Just for a moment, just bearing witness to this thing that we do all day long, which is breathing, and noticing how the body knows exactly what to do. I don't actually need to do anything to breathe. It'll do it for me. And just see if you can drop into this space of simply noticing. Breath is always happening. And so is thinking, and feeling, and sensing. Right? The brain is always thinking, body's always sensing. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with me simply noticing that this is happening. And even though breath and feelings and thoughts, they feel so personal, there's a way to relate to them as experiences that are just happening. And on some level, they have nothing to do with me specifically. They're just like the weather, it's just happening. Now, shifting into a little more doing here. So, see if you can bring to mind a situation, someone or some experience that you've recently had where you said yes even though you didn't really mean it. So an easy way to think about this is, if it's not a hell yeah, I'm 100% there, no questions asked, just notice, who are you with? What was the situation? And watch yourself basically saying yes, even though there's a part of you that is reluctant, hesitant, isn't sure. Just feel into that experience. And then ask yourself, why did you say yes even though you weren't sure, or maybe there was even a clear no, or you were afraid of their judgment? Is it the risk of being excluded in future situations, future events? Or were you saying yes and to some extent overcommitting because you like the idea of being helpful and contributing? Then imagine yourself in the same situation and actually saying the words out loud. No, I won't be there, or I don't want to do that. Just see what comes up. And notice how when we say no to one thing, we're actually saying yes to something else. So, no, I'm not going to come to the baby shower on Sunday is equivalent to me saying yes to rest and free time and recovery for myself. Or saying no, I don't want to go out to dinner on this evening and meet your awesome friends. Saying yes to I want to get a good night's sleep so that I can show up at work tomorrow and really bring my best. So, what are you saying yes to when you say no? And I've found that usually when I find the yes in my no, there's this really palpable downregulation in my nervous system. It just feels more honest, feels more congruent with my values. And it really just requires the courage to actually say the words out loud. No. Take a deep breath in through the nose, slow out breath through the mouth, and relaxing the hands, the belly, and then hold the out breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, just relaxing even further into, so sinking into the chair, wherever you find yourself, into the present moment. And hold the out breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, open your eyes, come on back. Um, yeah, so the invitation is to maybe spend, as you go through the rest of your day, see if you can catch yourself in situations where you're saying yes or you're committing to things that don't constitute a really wholehearted hell yeah. So that's helpful. See you tomorrow, everyone. Thank you.